He kept it quiet, but now it's official. Noah Brown is married. And the Idaho ceremony was filled with surprises from beginning to end. When it comes to the Brown family, nothing is ever done halfway. For more than a decade, viewers of Alaskan bush people have watched the siblings grow up, fall in love, face loss, raise their own children, and carve out entirely new chapters far from the rugged wilderness of Alaska. And now, yet another milestone has arrived, one that fans have been eagerly waiting for. Noah Brown, the inventive and quietly steady son of the late Billy Brown, is officially a married man. While Noah has long shared glimpses of his life, creativity, and devotion to his family on social media, the announcement of his Idaho wedding caught the fan community by surprise. Now new details are emerging about the heartfelt ceremony, the location, the family dynamics, and what this moment represents not only for Noah himself, but for the legacy of the Brown family. This is a closer look inside the Idaho wedding that has everyone talking. A love story rooted in resilience. Noah Brown has always stood out among the Brown siblings for his gentle demeanor, his fascination with engineering oddities, and his knack for turning problems into solutions, often using scraps of metal or household items. But if there is one thing that has defined his journey most clearly, it's the way he loves. Prior to his Idaho ceremony, Noah had already built a life centered around devotion. Fans have watched him navigate fatherhood, partnership, and his personal passions while staying grounded despite the pressures of reality TV fame. Throughout the years, Noah has been protective of those he loves, offering only carefully selected glimpses into his private world. The decision to host a formal wedding ceremony, especially one in Idaho, signals a new chapter for Noah, one that embraces stability, celebration, and community in a way viewers haven't seen before. It is equal parts symbolic and deeply personal, marking a rebirth of sorts, a fresh beginning in a place he and his family now call home. Idaho has become more than a pin on the map for the Brown family. In recent years, several of the siblings have gravitated toward the scenic mountainous state for its open landscapes, wildlife, and sense of seclusion. For Noah, Idaho represents a blend of practicality and beauty, a place where he could both settle and continue pursuing his inventive lifestyle. The wedding took place outdoors, framed by sweeping pines, crisp air, and a horizon fading into soft autumn colors. Photos shared after the ceremony highlight a forest-lined backdrop that perfectly captures Noah's long-standing connection to the natural world. The venue itself was a small, private location chosen specifically to maintain intimacy. Wooden benches, lantern-lit pathways, and hand-built decor created a setting that felt authentically Brown, blending rustic charm with understated elegance. Everything from the floral arrangements to the lighting was intentionally simple, bringing focus to the union rather than the spectacle. For Noah, who grew up surrounded by mountains, rivers, and endless sky, Idaho offered a sense of home, something he has always valued deeply. Emotional, intimate, and uniquely Noah. The ceremony was designed to be quiet and heartfelt, reflecting Noah's personality. Rather than opting for extravagant decor or a large guest list, Noah and his bride embraced a humble, nature-centered celebration. Family members described the setting as peaceful, warm, and full of meaning, with many noting how perfectly it represented Noah's quiet strength. As the ceremony began, the couple stood beneath an arch made of intertwined branches, symbolizing resilience and interconnection. Soft lighting flickered across the leaves, and a small gathering of loved ones watched as they exchanged vows crafted with emotion and sincerity. Witnesses shared that Noah grew visibly emotional at moments, particularly when speaking about loyalty, gratitude, and the hopes he carries for the future. His vows reportedly included heartfelt references to family, legacy, and the lessons passed down from his parents. The ceremony struck a tone that combined tradition with Brown family individuality. It was unmistakably theirs, simple, spiritual, and rooted in gratitude. Any Brown family gathering carries emotional weight, especially in the years since the passing of patriarch Billy Brown. Weddings have become opportunities to reconnect, heal, and lean on one another amid the ever-changing dynamics of adulthood and fame. Many of Noah's siblings attended, creating a rare moment where several members of the family were captured together in the same place, a rarity given the expanding branches of the Brown family tree and the geographical distance between them. Amy Brown, the family matriarch, was there as well. Her presence alone added a layer of emotion to the event. As someone who has weathered unimaginable losses and health battles, watching yet another child begin a new chapter was deeply meaningful. Amy has always emphasized family alignment and spiritual connection, and her smiles throughout the ceremony reflected a mother's gratitude and pride. For the siblings, the day was a reminder of their shared roots. Despite public scrutiny, the pressures of television, and ongoing shifts in their personal lives, they came together to support Noah. Their interactions at the ceremony showed a softer side, one that fans often miss behind the camera. Jokes exchanged quietly, arms wrapped over shoulders, and shared memories of their father woven into conversations. Sources close to the family say that Noah incorporated a subtle tribute to Billy Brown during the ceremony. Though not publicly detailed, the gesture reportedly touched his mother deeply. Billy's influence on his children remains strong, and Noah's nod to him served as a gentle reminder of the man who shaped so much of the family's worldview. Noah's wedding style, rustic with a touch of modern. Those who know Noah won't be surprised to hear that he was hands-on throughout the wedding planning process. Some of the decorative elements were built by Noah himself, including lantern fixtures and a few custom wooden pieces placed at the venue. His attire blended classic and casual elements, a tailored vest, crisp shirt, and forest-toned details that matched the woodland setting. His bride wore a soft, flowing gown that captured both elegance and comfort, perfect for an outdoor ceremony. Together, they presented a harmonious balance of simplicity and charm, an aesthetic fans immediately recognized as quintessentially Noah. A family-centered celebration. If the ceremony was emotional and intimate, the reception was warm and lively. Held under a canopy of string lights, the evening blended heartfelt speeches with laughter, music, and storytelling. The menu reflected rustic, hearty dishes favored by the family, incorporating local foods and homemade desserts. A long wooden table at the center held family-style dishes, encouraging connection and shared conversation, something Noah emphasized during the planning. Siblings teased Noah affectionately during speeches, recalling childhood memories and celebrating his growth, maturity, and loyalty. Several family members highlighted his ingenuity, his dedication as a father, and his gift for bringing humor into difficult moments. Even in the midst of joy, the reception included quiet corners where people reflected on how far the family has come, the trials they have overcome, and how proud they are of Noah. We've watched him grow up. As soon as news of the wedding began circulating, fans flooded social media with messages of support and excitement. For many longtime viewers, the Browns feel like extended family, and seeing Noah reach this milestone felt emotional and nostalgic. It feels like yesterday Noah was a teenager on the show. Now he's starting a whole new chapter. Billy would be so proud. This family deserves happiness. Idaho suits Noah. It's beautiful and peaceful, just like him. Fans also noted how refreshing it was to see a reality TV figure protect his privacy while still graciously sharing meaningful updates. What this new chapter means for Noah. Marriage represents stability, partnership, and hope. 3 things Noah has been quietly building toward for years. Friends close to him say that this ceremony marks not just a celebration, but a commitment to a grounded life defined by family, creativity, and personal growth. A focus on fatherhood and home life. Noah has always been hands-on with his children, often posting photos of family adventures, inventive projects, and moments of teaching or play. Those who attended the wedding noted how much his fatherly pride shaped the atmosphere. Marriage reinforces Noah's desire to create a strong foundation, one that blends the lessons of his upbringing with the life he is building in Idaho. A connection to legacy. While each Brown sibling has taken a different path since Billy's passing, Noah's wedding symbolizes continuity, a passing of the torch from one generation to the next. By choosing a tranquil, nature-rooted ceremony, Noah honored the lifestyle he grew up in while adapting it to his present reality. The Browns' evolving story. Noah's wedding adds yet another chapter to the Brown family's ever-expanding story. Over the years, viewers have witnessed weddings, births, heartbreaks, triumphs, relocations, and the forging of individual identities beyond the shadows of fame. Each sibling has evolved, but Noah's journey feels particularly touching. His gentle nature, inventive mind, and loyalty to family have made him a fan favorite. Now, seeing him step into a new life filled with love, stability, and purpose is not only uplifting, but symbolic of how far the family has come. The Idaho ceremony encapsulated everything viewers appreciate about the Browns: authenticity, connection to nature, and the ability to find beauty in simplicity. In the end, Noah Brown's Idaho wedding was more than a ceremony. It was a celebration of evolution, family resilience, and the enduring spirit that defines the Browns. Rooted in nature, framed by emotion, and filled with warmth, the event captured the heart of who Noah is and who he continues to become. For longtime viewers, the moment is poignant. They've seen Noah as a boy exploring the Alaskan wilds, a young man discovering love, and now a husband beginning a beautiful new journey. And as Noah and his bride step forward into married life, one thing is certain. The next chapter of their story is just beginning, and fans will be cheering them on every step of the way. While the initial wedding announcement gave fans a glimpse of the big day, there was much more happening behind the scenes, moments of emotion, quiet reflection, and family reconnection that revealed just how meaningful this day was for Noah Brown. Beyond the rustic charm and the calm Idaho landscape, the event served as a symbolic gathering point for a family that has weathered years of upheaval, loss, and public pressure. Below is a deeper dive into the unseen details of the day and the significance they carried. A wedding built by hand, quite literally. One of the most defining elements of Noah's wedding was how much of the ceremony's charm came from his own craftsmanship. Those close to the family shared that Noah insisted on building or modifying several key pieces himself, wanting the ceremony to reflect authenticity rather than looking commercially assembled. A wooden welcome sign carved with the couple's names. A custom arch of intertwined branches secured using rope knots Noah learned as a child. Lantern boxes crafted from reclaimed Idaho timber. A small wooden keepsake box used to hold the wedding rings. For Noah, creating these items wasn't just about creativity. It was about grounding the ceremony in his own hands, skills, and memories. Many guests commented that the handcrafted elements made the entire event feel uniquely Noah, giving the ceremony a warmth you can't buy in any store. Quiet strength in the front row. Amy Brown has spoken openly about how deeply she feels each milestone her children achieve. At the wedding, several guests observed how emotional she became when Noah walked down the aisle. After everything the family has been through, Billy's passing, health challenges, relocations, and the pressures of filming, a simple, joyous moment like this carried significant weight. Witnesses said Amy held back tears during the vows, especially at moments when Noah referenced family, legacy, and gratitude for the values his parents instilled. For Amy, seeing her son begin this new chapter wasn't just a celebration. It was a reminder that life continues to bloom even after deep hardship. Warmth, humor, and unspoken healing. Anytime multiple members of the Brown family gather, fans immediately wonder what the dynamics are like behind the scenes. While cameras were not rolling publicly, accounts from attendees paint a surprisingly warm picture. The siblings, who often live in different states and pursue vastly different lifestyles, use the wedding as an opportunity to reconnect. Some arrived early to help set up, sharing rare downtime together away from filming and online speculation. Moments observed among the siblings included lighthearted teasing between brothers over Noah's engineer-level planning, sisters helping with last-minute decorations and lending emotional reassurance, sharing old family stories during the reception that made everyone laugh, some harder than they have in years. There were even brief moments where certain siblings were seen comforting one another during the more emotional parts of the ceremony, underscoring the depth of their shared experiences. The tribute to Billy Brown, subtle but profound. While the ceremony stayed focused on Noah and his bride, one quiet moment stood out, a tribute to Billy Brown that left several guests visibly emotional. Noah reportedly included a small wooden carving inside the ceremony arch, a symbol his father used to draw when explaining the concept of family unity. It wasn't pointed out or announced, it simply sat there, woven into the framework of the ceremony like a silent guardian. A few attendees recognized it immediately. Some said they saw Amy pause near the carving after the ceremony, touching it gently before returning to the reception. The gesture was understated, deeply personal, and perfectly in line with how the Browns honor Billy, with quiet love rather than spectacle. The reception's most emotional moment. While the reception was filled with warmth and laughter, one speech in particular stood out and brought the crowd to silence. A close family friend who had known the Browns for years stood to deliver a toast. Instead of recounting funny stories or romantic anecdotes, he spoke about Noah's journey, his resilience, his creativity, and how he has grown from a soft-spoken boy in Alaska into a grounded, devoted father and husband. He ended with a line that reportedly brought both Noah and Amy to tears. "Your father would not just be proud, he would be honored to see the man you've become." The room fell silent for a moment before erupting into heartfelt applause. It was the emotional high point of the evening and a reminder of the family's enduring bond. A glimpse of Noah's future, purpose, stability, and peace. Noah's wedding was more than a celebration. It was a statement of what he wants moving forward. Guests who spoke to him during the reception described him as calm, focused, and deeply satisfied with where his life is heading. What people close to him say he's looking forward to? A quieter, stable life in Idaho, continuing to raise his children in a nature-rich environment, building more innovative, self-sufficient projects, strengthening family ties, creating a peaceful home far from the noise of public life. Those who know Noah emphasize that marriage feels like a natural extension of the values he's always held close: loyalty, curiosity, family, and humility. Will fans get to see the wedding on TV? This is the question many fans are asking. While there has been no official confirmation, several hints suggest that the wedding may be featured in future footage or special episodes. Why fans suspect it might appear later? Multiple cameras were spotted at the event. Family members have posted subtle behind-the-scenes photos. Discovery has a history of airing significant Brown family milestones. Even if the ceremony isn't fully televised, viewers may see parts of the lead-up or reflections on the event in upcoming content. Noah has always balanced privacy with openness, so any televised version will likely be respectful, intimate, and curated. The symbolism of a Brown family wedding today. Years ago, a Brown wedding was a frontier-style affair in the Alaskan wilderness, with complete hand-built bows, handmade decorations, and natural surroundings. Handmade, personal touches, a more grounded, rooted lifestyle, a shift away from constant relocation, a more private approach to major life events. Noah's wedding shows that the Browns are evolving, not away from their values, but toward a version of life that allows them to grow, heal, and thrive. The heart of the celebration. What made Noah Brown's Idaho wedding so moving wasn't the decor, the setting, or even the handmade elements. It was the feeling. A feeling of peace, a feeling of family, a feeling of honoring the past while stepping bravely into the future. The celebration captured who Noah truly is: a building, a dreamer, a devoted father, and now a husband embarking on a new and deeply meaningful journey. For fans who have followed his story from the Alaskan bush to this serene Idaho moment, one thing is clear. Noah Brown is stepping into the happiest chapter of his life yet, and it's only just beginning.